changing glasses?
We're going to do it on camera, buddy.
All right.
Hey, you know, it's been a beautiful day, but the sun's going down, so now I got to change it up.
The sun doesn't go down until
it may
9
not go
o'clock.
down, but it's a little
5:17, Pete.
But it's cloudy. But, you know, you kind of squint so you can almost wear your
We can't
sunglasses.
let Pete mislead you. The sun doesn't go down until 9.
Yeah, it goes down late.
It's like the midnight sun.
Hey, welcome to PC Whiskey Reviews. My name's Pete.
I'm Craig.
Where are we?
We're in Ocean City State Park, right by Ocean Shores, Washington. This is our actually second camping trip doing reviews, staying at this park. It's one of our favorites. Quick little walk out to the beach. We just recently did a review for, what was it called? Woodford Reserve
Master's Collection, batch 16.
And I was less than enamored by it. But let me tell you a little story about Angel's Envy. Not only do they make a really amazing bourbon, scored 98 on some charts, 95 by others, out of 100, so a top-rated bourbon. That one's finished in a sherry keg. Pete brought to us an Angel's Envy rye. Pete, what is this rye?
Oh my gosh, this is a fantastic rye. I mean, here we are doing rye. We were doing bourbons and whiskeys, and now we're into ryes. And ryes are great for mixing all kinds of great cocktails, like your Manhattan and your Sazerac. And I'm sure there's some that I'm leaving out. But remember, we are amateurs. We are not professionals.
That's
by
right.
any means.
So, well, the first thing I'd say about this as a rye is the same thing that would go with Pappy Van Winkle rye. This is a rye at a different level. This is a drinkable, doesn't need to be on the rocks, doesn't need any water, just drink it as it comes out of the bottle kind of rye. How is this one made, Pete, differently?
You know, I know it's still done in its white oak cask, and it's also done in a rum. It has a rum barrel finish.
Like, so about a year, or do we even know that?
I don't know the age statement on that.
So charred white oak, then it goes into
a vintage rum cask.
Vintage rum cask at the end. And let me
marry its complexiness.
Complexity in this. You know, if you're tracking the English, it's complexity in this.
It is my second language.
It is. English is your second language. We brought it up in episode 5, something like that. Again, recognizable bottle. What Pete has pointed out, and I've found, is it's a bit hard to find on the shelf right now. So here's my recommendation. If you see this bottle, grab it, because it is gonna surprise you at how good it is. Pete's gonna pour us some. We're gonna give us a little sample, and we'll let you know what we think of it. Again, though we have already cheated, obviously. And had
Just
a
little bit. I mean, we did start this at the beginning of the year, but you know, for being on the shelf and only less than 6 months old,
not
I think
bad,
we're doing good. Considering I finished off several other bottles between them. Anyway, here is the rye from Angel's Envy.
And again, you could mix with this if you wanted to, but I wouldn't. This is just delicious all by itself. It's got a interesting nose for a rye too, I guess because of that.
Probably the sweetness of the rum, I would
Yeah,
think.
that rum barrel does a lot to this that is all good.
You know, I went on an adventure to find this.
Much like
Kind of
my
like your hat. Kind of like your hat, yeah.
That has the, to my mind, this hits up front. The first thing you smell is kind of a fig. And then it goes into kind of a sweet
Port
caramel.
kind of thing, isn't it?
It has some hints of port, though it's never sat in that port keg. And then right at the end of that nose, you kind of get that sugarcane kind of rum.
I get that fig. Lots of fig.
Fig right off the front. Yeah, it's and usually, frankly, when that's prevalent in the nose, I'm almost always going to like that whiskey. So this is no different. It is got hints of like a spiced rum, just a touch in there.
And it stays on the front of the tongue like the spiced rum would.
If you like brown sugar bourbon,
yeah,
you're going to like this because it has that brown sugar hit. It has those Christmas kind of flavors, but they're much more subdued. Brown sugar bourbon's be over the top on that, very Christmassy. know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah,
got that.
the brown sugar bourbon of the higher octane, not the 80 proof one.
I would put this above that in flavor overall, though. Just
overall,
amazing.
Yeah, as a rye, I would rather drink this by itself versus the brown sugar. I don't.
I've got to give this actually one of our PC Reviews top ratings. This is a quite good whiskey. I can't say enough. It's different, and it's certainly not a bourbon. I mean, it steps away from that, but it picks up a lot of those notes and sweetness from that rum barrel that you just don't see in other ryes. I've never had a rye like this.
You know what I'm going to say? This is our top rye selection.
I would say that. Yeah, cheers. That is quite well next to the Pappy Van Winkle
Yeah,
Lot
but we
B.
haven't reviewed that on
That's
video.
true.
So
on review, we haven't done that. That rye was, I think, unsurpassable almost. But
yeah, if I could find
this
some
is
more,
nearing that land, though. If you think about it,
Yeah,
this is going
that's true.
towards that Pappy Van Winkle land that we, try to raise our bourbons to, the ones that we like. So hey, if you're looking for something a bit different, a nice, maybe holiday kind of hit for a special holiday occasion.
It's
what
a
does this
special
go for?
occasion bourbon.
What does it go for?
I believe
It's a-
I
it's a
see
rye, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a rye, and I'm thinking it goes right at $100, right around a Franklin.
Well, I think it's worth every penny for that special occasion. Don't hesitate if you see it. It's getting scarcer, but Angel's Envy is getting more scarce because it's becoming more and more popular.
Which bourbon isn't? They're all going up.
Yeah, yep.
They're all hitting that hard to find.
Now, also probably in your market, it doesn't run 100. It may run. It may be more affordable if you're in another part of our country.
Well, that's before tax. So.
Yeah, our costs up here are a little bit high, but doesn't stop us. Well, one more sip.
Yeah, another pull.
Wow,
I want
that
no
is-
water.
No, this doesn't call for water. It just
I'm thinking it's a 90-some proof, 95% rye, and it is 100 proof. That's probably why we love it so much.
that is
It's 100 proof.
That's pretty smooth for 100 proof.
For 100 proof, you do not get the burn that you get out of a lot of
Just a
whiskeys, bourbons at 100 proof.
real mild, little bit of a hug going down, but not bad. Really,
Why are you wearing a salmon-colored shirt?
well, this comes from Connecticut. It's Lenny and Joe's. It's a fish house.
I don't know if this would go with fish.
No, probably not. This would go with a delicious steak, which tonight we're cooking a Delmonico and a ribeye, and we're going to split that all up. So that'll be coming off the Traeger. But thanks again so much for tuning in. If you like this content, give us a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you like this content. Hit the bell if you like notifications. And Pete,
And thumbs down if you don't like it. And as I always say, keep searching for the bourbon you want.
how many times do you want to hit that thumbs down button?
You got to hit it twice, though.
Absolutely twice. Never hit it once. Always hit it twice. Hey, until the next episode or the next camping trip, I'm Craig.
I'm Pete.
We'll see you on the next one.
And he doesn't talk about my hat. I can't believe it.
Oh, let's bring up your hat. So, Pete, what's the story with your hat there?
What's the story with it? What's it say, Craig?
Well, it's offensive a little bit.
Why would it be offensive?
Because you don't like my hat. I have to unlike your hat as well. It says
Oh my gosh. It says what? Defend second base, right?
defend second base, which is a baseball term. Well, Pete, that's quite the hat you got there, brother. What's that all about?
It's, defend second base. So it's basically talking about breast cancer awareness.
Well, very nice. So, what company does this come from, or?
This comes from Montana. They support breast cancer awareness, and it's from Butte, Montana. It's, what is the name of the distillery? You think I would remember this, but oh my gosh. It's Headframe Distillery because it's on my head.
Now, what do they make?
They make lots of bourbons. They make a bourbon that's kind of Scotch-like because they can't call it Scotch because it's, Scotch.
Yeah, from Scotland. Yeah, I gotcha.
Yeah, but they have several delightful bourbons, vodka, gins.
Well, maybe in
and,
an upcoming episode we'll review some of their bourbons.
I have several to sample.
Well, there you go. So in a future episode, we'll review their company and support their fight against breast cancer. All right, folks, until the next episode, cheers.
Cheers. Hey, Craig, what do you think of my hat?
It's a nice hat. a beautiful hat. It's a hat I love.
You're like, come on, aren't you a baseball fan?
I am a baseball fan. What's it say, Pete?
Defend second base.
What is that alluding to?
Well, teenagers basically, but breast cancer basically. That's why they talk about it.
Breast cancer awareness.
Dang it!
You
I
got to
can't.
throw awareness in it.
Awareness. I can't throw awareness